Hello everyone and welcome back to my morning report analysis videos on Tuesday 4th of December with me, Rich Market Analyst at Hantec Markets. Looking at dollar yen, which has broken sharply lower actually, the yen strengthening, the dollar under pressure, and that has significantly changed the near-term outlook. That little uptrend that we have been seeing developing in the last week or so, a couple of weeks, which looked to be ready to test this sort of drifting downtrend, has now broken sharply to the downside. We've seen a breach of the initial support of 1318, that reaction low there, and we've also now pulled below the pivot. It's not a great pivot, but it is a pivot to be considered at 112.90. That means 112.60 comes into play, which is this little reaction here, and 112.30 is the key level of support from the November low. That uptrend, that long uptrend that's been in place for the last 6 months, comes in at 112.20 today. So this could potentially turn into a move that could be really significantly outlook changing. I've been talking about the momentum indicators in recent days. Little bit disappointed in how these momentum indicators had been developing through the recent weeks of the move higher, and RSI failing at 60, back below 50. If it goes below 43 was the low back in November, 41 back in October. So if it goes below 40, I think that is a really significant shift. You've got the stochastics, which have crossed lower again. That's a really negative signal, and the MACD lines as well. So if this current move closes below 112.90, it really sort of does increase the pressure on 112.60 initially, but 112.30 is the really important level on a near-term basis. If you break below that, you are really putting pressure on to the downside, and a corrective move that could even go back to 11.35. So this is a move that we're still watching, still monitoring, but the outlook on the near-term indicators on the hourly chart is looking corrective. A little bit stretched, you can argue, perhaps on the RSI. Maybe if you're going to be going short, you need to be sort of looking at shorting into a little bit of an intraday rebound, but certainly I think at the moment the outlook is turning increasingly corrective. So with that in mind, I wish you good luck in your trading, and I'll speak to you later.